This is an air pruning bed. It's the simplest way to grow 500 to over 1,000 fruit or nut trees in a 4-foot by 8-foot space. These are super simple to build and can often be made entirely with secondhand repurposed materials, or you can get all of the stuff that you need at your local hardware store. Step 1 is to build a 4-foot by 8-foot box, line the bottom of it with hardware cloth, and reinforce it with some 2x4s to help hold the weight of the soil. Once your box is all built, you want to go ahead and prop it up on some cinder blocks, stones, old logs, or anything that'll keep that bed off the ground. This is what allows the roots of the tree to air prune. Next, we line the bottom of the air pruning bed with burlap sacks. We scored these from a local coffee roaster, but you can also buy burlap at the hardware store. After the bottom of it is lined with burlap, find your favorite person in the world and fill that bed with some good, moisture-retentive, well-drained soil. Any mix that you have on hand will do nicely, and it helps to add a little bit of compost so there's some good biology in the soil. After that's all done, go ahead and get your seeds processed. Here we're separating the pulp of persimmons from the seeds by using a mixer bit on a drill. This method really speeds things up a lot, and it doesn't do any damage to the seeds, so it works out very well. Next, we're going to space these seeds at 2 inches apart, and for me, 2 inches is 3 fingers at the top knuckle. You can go ahead and measure your own hand to get those measurements, or just use a tape measure. For us, we also happen to have a 2-inch soil blocker laying around in the barn, and we tried that this time. It worked absolutely famously, and we'll definitely be doing this again in the future. At 2-inch spacing, a 4-foot by 8-foot bed can hold 1,150 seeds. For nuts and larger seeded plants that are going to grow more in their first year, like chestnuts, pecans, hazelnuts, we like to do a 3-inch spacing, which for me is 4 fingers at the bottom knuckle. At 3-inch spacing, a 4-foot by 8-foot bed will hold over 500 trees. Once the bed is all seeded out, you're going to want to go ahead and put a nice layer of mulch on there. We like to use shredded leaves because it adds some really great biology and keeps the seeds from drying out. If you've got any kind of rodent or squirrel pressure in your area, you'll definitely want to put some kind of protection around it. Here we just use some chicken wire. If you love this kind of stuff, you know what to do. Hit all the buttons and like and follow and comment, and we'll see you further down the green path.